Thrand here, and I'm here with a very special package. Yes, they're always usually special, but this one was over the holidays. And what happened, it's been a while. Dan Pečnik of Slovenia sent us this, and it's probably going to be an axe a lot of you are going to love and probably recognize right off. This is an actual replica, supposedly in box. I haven't seen it yet. Caddy has opened it because it took so long to get here. It got held up, and they had some kind of trouble in the shipping, so we were all worried about it. I was speaking with Dan regularly online about it until we finally received it. But it's from the TV program, History's Vikings. It's Ragnar's axe. A lot of people love that axe in the series. I personally do because I like horned and beaked axes. And of course it's a beard and a horn or a beak sticking off of it. So I think that it'll be a nice broad edge. And I know one thing, I haven't seen it yet, but when I was speaking with him and he said that he was giving a soul to the axe when he was referring to hardening it, he's a serious bladesmith. I'm sorry, this is a man who makes axes and blades of all sorts. And this is one of his replicas, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Like I said, Caddy already opened it just to check to make sure there's nothing wrong with it since it was such a long shipment that took forever to receive. And we're going to try to see if we can get this thing tested right away. I actually have an analog ballistic gel head ready to go. Oh yeah, this is beautiful. That is a razor edge. I can sit here and shave with it. Literally, I don't know if y'all can see this. I'm just taking hair off my arm and it's just falling off, which is hard to see, but that is a razor edge. And we've got a very nice axe head. He's got the actual wrapping out of the series. If you notice that they always have their axes wrapped with leather, almost like the leather's holding it on. It's some kind of primitive rawhide, even though it's not. But I mean, you could say, well, maybe that serves a function. One of my axe handle broke in battle, and I was lucky enough it didn't actually damage the leather, and I might not lose my axe head in battle. I might still at least be able to carry it off the field and not lose such a precious axe head. But I love the design. It's beautiful, nice broad blade, and razor sharp. Real big contrast that we've done recently. We did the Torslav axe, and it was from a bog in Novgorod, and it's an actual artifact that we have here at the channel. We will be sending back eventually when we get done doing the testing, and we have a replica of it. We tested it on armor, we've tested it on an analog ballistic shell head, and it's a more of a cute edge, almost like you're dealing with a warhammer or actual military pick or something. This is a very broad edge, so this would be better against lightly armored opponents and unarmored opponents, and make sure you don't miss. It acts much more like a sword or something to that degree that you have more margin of error. You're still going to hit with an edge when you land a blow on someone. I love the long handle and the grip. A lot of times I like to use different grips and run my hand up and down. You can still do that, but when you grip it where he's got it wrapped, it feels very, very nice. It looks about the exact length and size from the program, Vikings. We're going to test that out today, and I'm very thankful for you sending this to me. And if anybody wants to get a hold of him, if you're interested in his fine works, you can get a hold of him at Etsy at Blue Fire Forge. You can also get a hold of Dan Pečnik's works, where he makes beautiful, wonderful things like this, on Facebook now under Noric Steel. And you can also get a hold of him, I believe, and look at him on Instagram at Noric Steel. Beautiful axe, beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to test this out. We have an analog ballistic shell head, but I'd like to cover one more thing. I hate to bring this up, but I mean, if anybody can help him out, it would be great. I have a friend, Mark Woodward. Some of you may know him as Cat Soup, because he was in some of our videos at RealmsCon. He's a fighter in the SCA. He fights with Sleeping Samurai. And he works in a field where he was driving a cement truck. Somehow he managed to roll the cement truck. He's in an ICU. He has a traumatic brain injury. We don't know how soon he's going to wake up. He is being somewhat responsive, but he's not awake yet. And his family has extreme medical bills. You can go by GoFundMe, Mark's Traumatic Brain Injury Fund. No, I didn't name it, but that's what it's called. And if you could help him out, it'd be great. I'd really, really appreciate it. We're hoping that he pulls through soon so he can fight again. He was supposed to help me with the Dragon Saw and Forge katana that we tested recently. And he wasn't able to do that, of course. I mean, we were trying to get to Tommy, but we're having trouble letting stuff sells out quickly online. He was trying to find a good deal on it so we get a lot to test European swords on. compare it to the poor man's tatami, and actually test the Dragon Song Forge properly on tatami cutting, tamashigei. But anyway, if you could help him out, go by there and see what you can do. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and see if we can test this out today. We're out here with our Ragnar axe made by Dan Pečnik from Noric Steel, and great opening. It was a great impression opening it. I love the beard on this one. It'd be really great for hooking shields and actually controlling them with it, or catching weapons. But one of the things about having such a beak and a long beard, like a Skegooks, it actually has a broad edge. This is one of the broadest edges we have of any axe we've tested. And I think that's going to give it a very good cleaving ability when cleaving to the skull. So I'm going to start off going straight overhead, like if you were holding it with your skill, your shield, on having it out here, and you just came straight over it, top of the man's head, because, I mean, if the man was unarmored like this, without a helm or any kind of cap or covering, I think it would be devastating, especially with this broad edge. Although we have tested blades and we know that the skinnier, narrow blades tend to have a piercing ability, this, as being razor sharp, it is to shave hair, and is sturdy and well balanced for speed with a long handle, should be devastating. Let's go ahead and see what happens. Oof! Well, as I assumed, it is completely into the skull. Yeah. That is amazing. We've gone completely through the skull, straight down in, all the way up to the handle, the axe handle right here. Do you have the other camera for close-up? No.
I'm not even sure where I put it last.
Let's go ahead and remove this. And as I've said many times, the beard, when I did a video about the beard, it goes in first as the blade turns to the target, allowing the blade to kind of slice into it. And we see this motion right here. It's hard to get out, you have to pull it out a certain way, but yes, that's directly down into the skull, that's without a doubt. I'm going to try one more swing like that, let's see what happens. Oof. Oh. There's our blood, before we hit directly on the top, so we couldn't see the actual blood. I would say we've cleft the skull in two, in twain. We've got one in twain. Very, very devastating. Go ahead. Oh, such a broad blade. I don't know. What would you all like to see? Maybe a face shot. Let's come across the jaw of the face and see what it does. Oof. That is fucking spectacular. Sorry, I didn't mean to curse. We went through the jaw. We went into the skull and the spine, and it's just unbelievable how deep that went in. It's amazing how well the axe performed. See what else? Let's try a little higher. Nasty. We've lost a lot of integrity to it, but we've opened the skull completely up. Open. I think what I shall do to finish up here, we're going to come straight across. It's getting dark on us today, and it's quite nasty cloud cover, so I think it's going to rain soon. But we'll come straight through with a decap and see what happens. And other than the axe blade not covering such as a sword would, and we hear a berserker in the background screaming and yelling.
He's been enjoying the
Oh, he's enjoying it. My son, the owl, the weapon master, is in blood loss. But that went completely to the spine and severed it. You can see it's a pretty clean sever. I don't know how well you can see it from here, but perfectly clean sever of the spine that we use. And that's a very deep cut. It's just that we lost it off the pedestal because it fell right off of the neck itself. But that is a deep wound. No one would survive that. This is an excellent blade. And what we see here is just as in when we tested the sword from 300, although it's a fantasy design, and this is not necessarily totally fantasy, it's very plausible to find a blade shaped like this historically. You get excellent results with certain blades, especially one as fine crafted as this. Dan Pečnik has gone way out of his way to make this well balanced, to make it superior steel, not any damage to this edge whatsoever. You can still shave with it and balance it, get proper handling. Yeah, it's sticky and bloody now. Very, very bloody and very, very sticky.
But anyway, I hope you enjoyed our little episode. We didn't have a lot of time, but we came out and we wanted to test it out, and I think it performed expertly. I mean, this is excellent. Beautiful blade. If you like Vikings and you want a blade like this, he's the man to go to. If you just want a good axe, he makes all different designs, plus this is one of them, and I think it's a very functional and elegant and excellent design. Very well made. And if you all can, be sure and help Mark with his fund over at GoFundMe. And as always, Farvel.
And sorry about the little berserker.